Thanks for listening to the AZ12 podcast, proudly presented by Little Caesars Pizza. Code word LCFREECC for some free crazy bread. It is awesome. Get out there. I will be there later today. All right, now with Jason Shearer, we are joined now by Seth Doege. Hello, Coach, the offensive coordinator, the man, the myth, the legend. How you doing, Coach?
I'm great, guys. Appreciate you guys having me on. So.
Tell us a little bit about you, or if you don't mind, what you were talking about before about how when you knew you wanted to be a football coach. I think that's awesome.
Shoot, man. I grew up around coaches. My dad was a high school football coach, and I was raised by these small town football coaches. And then when I got done playing, I went into the insurance world for about 8 months because I thought I wanted to make some real money. You know what I mean? And so I did that like I said, I did for about 8 months, and I realized really quickly that football is the only thing for me. Right. And at that point, going back to playing wasn't an option. So the next thing I could do is go coach, and it's worked out. So I've been very blessed with my journey and the people around me. But yeah, man, that insurance world wasn't for me.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's not fun when you actually have to work. It's fun when you get to do what you want, and then you don't have to worry about anything, Coach. Well, I mean, you do.
The only thing we got to worry about is scoring points, right?
Yeah. Well, let's get right into it, and we'll just kind of go back and forth here. Noah Fifita, obviously, a great freshman year. Sophomore year was a little bit more of a struggle. What did you have to do? Obviously, went through spring. What did you have to do to get Noah right, and what are you looking for from Noah this season?
You know, I think the biggest growth that he's had over the winter and the spring is just becoming more of a vocal leader, and gaining his confidence back. I think he lost a little bit of a confidence deal, not being as prepared as he felt like he was with the previous staff, not feeling like he vibed with the system like he did with the previous staff. So it was like one of those things where I think he just had a down year, and some of it obviously he has to take accountability for, but there's also some of the things that weren't in his control. And so going through the spring was more of like, hey man, this is what we do. And he believes in it. And then, like I said, he's taken this leadership approach that's been very, very, very beneficial for our entire team. And then at the end of the day, from a fundamental standpoint, I think, and he'll agree with this, is just continue to tighten up his footwork. And everything that I do from a schematic standpoint is through a quarterback's lens. And his footwork is tied to the concept. So he's got to be very on point with that, which he's got good feet, he's got good rhythm, and he's got good feel. It's just being consistent with all that.
Sure.
Coach, you guys added Kean Burnett, a guy that you're familiar with and recruited previously. What was that process like, and what do you kind of see his role being in the offense?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I spoke on this after the spring game. Somebody asked me, what are you looking to add? And in my mind, it was like, okay, we need to add an interior piece at the O-line spot because we had an injury. And then, going through winter and the spring, I just felt like if we could add a difference maker at tight end, that could really put a lot of flexibility in the scheme and give us an opportunity to do a lot of different things. Not saying that TP and Sam and those guys can't do it, because TP and Sam really did grow over the spring. I felt like they were the most improved position group throughout the entire offense. But I just felt like, with those guys, like if you look at the nature of the tight end position, if you play with the guy that you're asking to run across, you're asking to run a stick route, and then you're dividing him back on zone, and now he's got to go, hammer a 280-pound, 260-pound defensive end. You're asking him to insert on a linebacker, but then you're asking him, okay, now you got to run a wheel route and make a play over the top of a safety. Like, you're asking to do a lot from that guy, which allows you, again, to be flexible. But those guys get banged up a lot. And right. So adding another piece to that was huge for me, but also adding some competition to that room. And Key, and you guys know this, like, he was committed to me at USC when I was a tight ends coach because he fit the scheme. We don't look for tight ends that just are blockers. We don't look for tight ends that just are receivers. We want to fly. We want to find the unicorns, right? And those guys are really, really hard to find because we want those guys to be okay and be able to create space in the pass game, but we also need them to have something about them that they can be in the core and go in that jungle and move people, right? And so it takes a special person to do it, but we felt like Kian was the right guy. And when he got in the portal, it was just one of those things, like it just happened to be the right time, the right place, the right circumstance, because I have a previous relationship with his dad, his family, his mom, and like I said, even at Marshall, even the years at Purdue, we would constantly text, like, hey, hope he's doing well. And they would check up on me all the time, just because like I said, at USC, we developed a really tight relationship. So when he got in the portal, it was kind of a no-brainer. The one thing that I did is I went and asked the staff and the players that I felt like were influenced, like, how do you guys feel about bringing a guy back? Right. And to Key's credit, there was no hesitation. Like, not from one single player, not from one single coach. Like, yeah, he makes us better. He helps us win. It's a no-brainer. Right. So, like, in my mind, it was a no-brainer from a schematic standpoint, from a skill standpoint, from me knowing the family and the kid. But the thing that gave me a lot of confidence is everybody else in the building felt the same way.
Let's talk a little bit about the skill position guys then, because that was one thing. Obviously, you lose T-Mac, you lose some other players as well to the NFL. But I mean, it seems like they've done a pretty nice job, especially at that receiver position. Obviously, you've got Hudson, you got Watley, you got Wysong, you got Hunter back. It's a fairly, at least on paper, Coach, it's a fairly nice unit.
Oh yeah, we're deep. We're deep. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, it's okay. His lights went out because of the offensive aerial assault that's about to take the lights out of everybody. That's what we like about this here. Very impressive stuff.
That's the automatic lights thing. Nobody was moving.
Yeah, no, I get it for sure.
The receiver room is deep. I'm really excited about that group, and I'm not surprised. Obviously Bobby Wade he's the real deal. And right. When it comes to recruiting, when it comes to developing, I don't know if there's many better receiver coaches in the country. And I'm being honest when I say that. It's not just like, oh, he's my receivers coach, like he's the best. No, right, he's really, really, really special. And so we're fortunate to have him. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't surprise me that the room is deep. We did a great job in the portal of adding some pieces. There was some pieces already here. They're a really tight group, and it's going to be exciting to see through the summer and fall camp who really separates and who really becomes the guys, right? If that doesn't happen, if there's not a ton of separation, well, now you're just deep and you're just constantly rotating, keeping them fresh. But I'm excited. Like I said, you mentioned a couple guys. One guy that kind of came on late in the spring that we felt like, kind of started slow a little bit was Spivey. Mm-hmm. Spivey is like 6'4". I mean, he can run. Not many people know that. He can really run. He's very powerful. And he started making some big boy plays at the end of spring. So I'm excited to see, his progress through the summer. And then Nunu was a very pleasant surprise. I think we took him knowing like, okay, he's got speed, but we didn't know it was like that, right? When you watch his PFF, you see all the explosive plays. Like there's an explosive play after explosive play after explosive play, but then you're kind of like giving yourself a little bit of hesitation because it's an FCS level, right? So you're like, okay, he's not playing in the Big 12. He's not playing in the SEC. He's not playing in the Big 10, which are major college football programs or conferences. But then like from day one, this dude's running by people. Right. And so I'm excited to see what we can do with him. And the rest of the group, man, they're just awesome. Like we've had some injuries that guys are getting back. So it's going to be fun to throw those guys in the mix when the room is finally fully healthy. And you got some young guys like Mazel and Gio that are very, very special talents. They're just young, so they're still figuring it out. So let's see if they can push anybody. But it's going to be a fun group to work with. And like I said, I'm excited to see who truly separates through, the summer and fall camp.
Sure.
Coach, you've, this weekend starts a streak of official visitors and stuff. I know you can't mention guys by name, but when you bring quarterbacks on campus, when you recruit them, it seems like there's a kind of a variety of playing styles that you're looking at. Is there a common characteristic that kind of brings them together, or how do you approach high school quarterback recruiting?
Well, it starts with obviously a skill evaluation and a film evaluation. Okay, you're watching the film. Does it kind of meet the criteria of what you're looking for? Does he make good decisions? Does he throw an accurate football? Is he very productive? Is he a winner? Can he, does he make his teammates around him better? Like when he's on the field, is he a difference maker? Because if he's not, then he's not our guy, right?
Right.
And then when you do like an in-person evaluation, you're really diving into the intangibles of who he is. Okay. And that's one thing that's really hard for me, because I even like the recruiting department, we do these things, right? We do these exercises in front of the entire staff where it's like, hey, each position group, go through a list of characteristics or like evaluation tools that we can, that like the D-line coach can use when he's watching a quarterback for you.
Right.
Okay. And one thing that's really hard for me is diving into the intangible part, because there is a lot of intuition there, and it's a lot of feel, because you might get a kid that's very quiet, and you might think, okay, he's insecure. When the truth is he might be a silent killer.
Right.
And then you get a kid that's kind of like loud and he's got a ton of juice, and you're thinking, oh yeah, this kid's confidence, but really he's just masking a bunch of insecurities. Right. So
Right.
you really got to dive into who that dude is, and is he really him? Right. I think that's what separates people. Like there's a couple things that I look for when it comes to like that, like separation of like the other quarterbacks. One is like obviously their ability to throw the football. Like there's like guys that most guys can't throw it well enough, but there are some elite ones out there that the ball spins really, really tight, and when it comes off their hand, it jumps off the hand. Okay. Right. And then the makeup of who he is. Like, is he a dog or not? Does he have like a warrior's heart or not? Can he lead a group of men or not? Okay. And that's one thing that's very important when I go out on the road to evaluate these quarterbacks, because I don't want to bring somebody that's like talking to the wall, because you're looking at a locker room full of Polynesians, African Americans, white kids, Hispanic kids, rich kids came from nothing. And that quarterback, to me, in my opinion, you are the voice of that locker room. So how do you get the entire locker room to buy into like you are him, and you're the guy that's going to lead us to, our goals and dreams? And
you're looking for a leader of men is what you're talking about.
Exactly. A leader of men that can really relate and vibe with any, personality. And then, like I said, when he steps on the field, he just makes everybody better.
All right, Coach, we only got a couple minutes left for you, so let's talk the O-line. I think when everybody looks at it, we know what Noah can do. The skill guys look good. I think the main concern is the O-line. Where are we with the O-line going into the summer?
I feel really good where we're at. We had a couple. If you look at our transfer class, we really hit on those guys. I'm not saying they're a bunch of like all conference players yet, but they're all solid.
Right.
They all can play. If you ask anybody in the building, it's night and day difference where we're at compared to last year. And a lot of it has to do with, again, we have some really good coaches on staff. Like I talked about Bobby Wade. Josh Oglesby is one of the better O-line coaches I've ever been around. The way he teaches, the way he demands, the way he develops trust and relationships with the kids. Like our guys, if you were to walk in our building and you were to walk by Coach Oglesby's room, there'll be 13 dudes in there. It's not a mandatory meeting. They're just in there hanging out. Right. Because they love being around him. And then when you talk to our transfers, I'll ask them like, hey, how's everything going? And the best answer I get from all those guys, and we've got guys from Michigan, we've got guys from Georgia Tech, like guys that where when you think about O-line play, you think about these schools, and their response is always, I'm learning so much, and I feel like I've gotten so much better for being here. Right. And so I'm really encouraged by that group. Obviously, through the entire unit, every single position group, we're not where we want to be yet, and that's not where we want. It's not expected yet.
Where are we with Chuba? Where's Chuba? We got to talk about Chuba for a second. How did Chuba look? We're a big fan of Chuba on the show.
So Chuba, actually talked to him this morning during the run. They had a little offensive run this morning, and just challenged him a little bit. Like, hey man, I need you to really, really, focus on your pass set over the summer, because of what he's had to do, obviously defensively, not being able to, go backwards. He's always going forwards. So anytime he has a combination block or he's pulling on like a counter scheme, he's unbelievable. because he's violent and his center of gravity is low to the ground, so he's always a low man. I mean, he's moving people.
Right.
All right. So now we just gotta continue to develop his pass set, because obviously with Noah being in the backfield, that's something we're gonna do is try to air it out a little bit. So for him to be the player we need him to continue to develop that. But I love that dude. I mean, his energy, his presence. He's been a great addition to that room. That's one thing about the room. I know I'm kind of going on and on here.
No, you're good. Keep going, Coach. We want more knowledge. We just BS for the time. We have an expert in here.
Yeah, the one thing I love about that O-line room is they're all pulling the rope in the same direction.
Right.
We have really, really, really great kids in that room. They're great teammates. All they want to do is do exactly what you tell them to do, and they want to win. Now, we don't have any, and that's really throughout the whole unit. And that's one thing that really, really excites me about this unit is, we've changed the mentality around here. I truly believe that. Like our guys they expect to have a lot of success. Like it is now an expectation when they show up in the building to score points, period.
Yep.
But the other thing is when I talk in front of the unit, I got all eyes on me. Like they're all bought in, great kids. And so I'm really excited to go to war with these dudes.
Well, Coach, like somebody said in the comments, if coaching doesn't work out, you could consider a career in modeling. It might work.
Oh, I don't know about that, man. I'm not. I'm gonna stick to this coaching thing, man.
Yeah. No, Coach, you're the best. Obviously, you're a breath of fresh air. I think that everybody in this city has been incredibly impressed by what you bring. And honestly, I think we're all just excited to see kind of what the offense looked like. But having a leader like you in here is just great for everybody. And I think I speak for the city when I say that. It's great to have you on board, Coach.
Well, I really appreciate those kind words. We got a lot of work to do, but we're gonna make this city proud for sure.
Absolutely. Okay,
Thank
Coach.
you, Coach.
Yeah, thanks again, my man. Really appreciate it. Jeff Bo, thanks as well, buddy.
All right, guys.
All right, I'll talk to you soon. All right, back the A, baby. I got it in there. Yes, he got it in there. Yes. Okay, now let's get we got to pay a few bills here, and then we're gonna get to that. That was awesome. Yeah, we like Coach a lot. All right, but let's pay some bills here first. Baggins. All right, now everybody here. The one of the absolute big wigs at Baggins' daughter is interested in going to the U of A. Her name's Riley, and she's sitting here watching, so I need to be on good behavior. Go to Baggins. Use code AZ12 for 15% off. Everybody, Dennis Walsh, if I see you in there, everybody needs to real-time Baggins today. Make me look good. Sure, when was the last time you went to Baggins?
Last week. Need to go before I leave town. I have a serious question about Baggins. Does anyone in the world go more than Dennis Walsh?
No, Dennis Walsh is there every single day. He's even there when I was there, supposedly.
I know. I'm being serious. I've never shout out to Dennis.
Yeah, no, Dennis Walsh. Maybe it's a Sal Point thing. I don't know. But either way, use code AZ12 for 15% off. And guess what you get out of it as well?
The cookies, man. The cookies.
Yeah. A cookie, yeah. All right, so either way, check it out. We like Baggins on this show, and we are big fans of Baggins. Again, I feel like I have like the overlord's daughter looking at me, so we need to make this very good. Check it out, Baggins, baby, Baggins. Okay, now what else we got? Let's get another read in here, and we're going to Coach. All right, Eris Dental. Now, you might say to yourself, Mike, you've been making fun of Gen Zs a lot lately because they don't talk to people, they don't look. Guess what Gen Zers probably don't need? Shear their tongue because they don't talk. But guess what? The older folks, though, they do talk. And guess what? They need to go to Eris Dental, and they need to get Tucson implants. Hey, Shear, have you gotten any implants lately?
Not lately, but if I need any, I know where to go.
Do you think Dennis Walsh has implants?
Yes. He's a lot of Baggins, so
yeah, he's a lot. Yeah, well, I mean, no, he doesn't need
new teeth to. He chews so much that he needs.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, TucsonImplants.com. Land the man with the master plan. You all know what we think about Land the man with the master plan on this show. The 1997 championship package. Now, again, that was my nickname in high school, the championship package. We all know that. But guess what? The championship package is now different. 1997, my friend. 1997. That gives you an implant and a crown and all the other stuff. I don't think
price is only going up. It's only going to go up
because we're gonna win the national championship this coming year. So it's going to be 2026 at this point. Boom! Check it out. TucsonTeeth.com, TucsonImplants.com. Land the man with the master plan. Big shout out to AZ Jazzman as well, saying that I would never get any sponsors. Take that, putz. All right, now let's. Yeah. All right, I'm not going to take any guff from that guy. All right, now. Let's talk a little bit about where are we at now with Seth Doege. I'm just going to say what I just said right there. Besides looking like Captain America, dude, it's just such a breath of fresh air having somebody out there that clearly know. Oh, we got a super snap coming in, 199 super snap. Reasonable expectations for Arizona football. Hashtag bear down, back the A baby. Undefeated. I don't see why not.
Reasonable to who?
Yeah. All right, we'll get to that in just a second. But Sheer, listen, man. Like, BS aside for a second, it's just awesome seeing somebody that looks like he commands the room. He knows what he's doing. He got a back the A reference in there. That was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, he just gets it. And look, he's the first guy that'll say, "Look, we got a lot of work, and I haven't coached a game yet." But something that really sticks out is. And it was clearly an issue because he mentions this in almost every interview of how he had to change the mindset of the players that they now expect to score points.
Right.
Like that was not an expectation last year. No one sat around and said, "Man, we expect to score every drive." They absolutely now expect to score whenever they get the ball. And a lot of that is Seth Doege changing their mind, their thought process, which is important.
Right. And honestly, I think some of that was just I think some of that is just common sense too. We didn't ask about. Here's the problem with last year's offense. You know how many people messaged me when I said that Doege was coming on? I had 4 people message me asking, "Please tell me that there won't be any delayed handoffs." I mean, last year was just such a joke. It was sure. Again, it doesn't take me much to get entertained in the press box. I go up there, I eat a lot of food, I look down on the stands, I fart, I do stuff like that. But
that's literally your
But man, it was boring up there last year, even doing all that stuff.
Here's what I do, and I do this a lot with basketball when I'm watching bad teams play. You should be able to sit down, most basic of fans, right? Like Shelby has a pretty decent football knowledge, but she's not like a super expert where she could draw X's and O's. Right. But she should be able to sit down and say, they are trying to do this on offense.
Right.
Like when she watches Seth Doege's offense, I guarantee you there's a clear plan of what they're trying to be.
Right.
To this day, Arizona had no idea what they wanted to be offensively. And Doege said it too. He's like, they just didn't know. And you could blame the O-line. You could blame the play callers. I don't really care who you blame. The fact is that they had no offensive identity whatsoever last year.
No, they had none. And it was and I'm going to keep saying this. Everything in life with me is basically about entertainment. And again, if Arizona won 2 games last year, but I was entertained and we were losing games like 800 to, 766, cool. I'm in, well, I'm not in, but you get the point. Last year we sucked and we were boring. I don't want to be bored anymore, Sheer. No more boring, my friend.
And who wants to be,
who wants to be bored?
Recruits want to win. Don't get me wrong. But there's also recruits. If you're on offense and you're a quarterback and a wide receiver and you're putting up numbers, it makes it a little easier to not win. That may sound bad, right? But just guys are built differently, right? Yeah. If you're putting up 10 points a game and losing 66-10, that's not fun for anyone.
Yes. By the way, Miss Shelby K, the
Rage
queen
is going hard at Shelby today. Dude.
Oh, I was literally. So now, did you? Rage has a very, very nice looking girlfriend. By the way, he posted. Rage, you better keep
Rage
that on
needs
the
to
down.
You better take a step back, Rage.
You better take a step back, Rage. Yeah, Rage. But Miss Shelby K, the queen of Wildcat Authority, says, "Can you imagine Seth?" And this is a great point. Can you imagine Seth watching last year's tape for the first time and saying, "WTF is this?" Seriously,
he said it. He pretty much said it in his last presser. He said that like he watched the offense and coaches aren't going to crap on other coaches, especially when they coached at the same school. But he pretty much said, "Yeah, I don't really." There were times where I didn't really know what I was watching. Like it was pretty clear there was no offensive identity.
Oh, by the way, I just got a bet with somebody, and I said so they don't think Arizona is going to be preseason top 15 in basketball, not in football, obviously, in basketball. And I said, hey, here's the deal. He said, if they're not, I have to get a free set of AZ12 yoga pants. And if I win, then you have to go real time Little Caesars for a week. Code LCFREEECC. So I think that's a really good.
Since we're doing show business, I have 2 questions for the people. Yeah. Number 1, wear the glasses.
Oh yeah. Oh well, duh. Arizona Primary Eye Care, buddy. So again, I wear my contacts when I go out. But
You look
I don't.
weird. You look weird
No,
without the glasses.
yeah, no, but again, I got my yearly daily use from AZ. Hey, let's get the Arizona Primary Eye Care thing up right now.
'Cause I went there yesterday.
Did you go there yesterday? Yeah, you look better than normal, so that's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, bring this up. Arizona Primary Eye Care. Sheer, where'd you go? Sheer, I don't see you anywhere.
My gosh.
Sheer, I don't see you anywhere. Holy moly, I'm terrified. Riley, turn the lights on. I'm just kidding. Arizona Primary Eye Care, my friends. Now, you might say, Mike, where are those really cool Tom Ford glasses or the St. Laurent's? Guess what? I left those up on the dresser. I am looking right at them, right over my laundry. Because guess what? I have got my yearly supply of daily use contacts from Arizona Primary Eye Care. Very, very good. Look at this. You could look like me if you are. Actually, maybe you don't want to look like me. But at the same time, you could look like me if you wanted to. You'd probably rather look like Coach Seth Doege. But either way, AccuView is now offering $400 towards contacts, $150 for disposable. Arizona Primary Eye Care, 60-plus insurances accepted. Check it out. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Now, Andre Veras. Guess who messaged me earlier today wanting to take us out for lunch?
Here we go.
Did he message you too?
No, but I knew it was happening. I knew that because you know why? Because I'm leaving the state and he wants me to try to he's told me that if I did it in California, you would never find out about it. I'm not doing it.
No, we're not doing. We will not endorse Andre Veras. I mean, I sometimes, listen, Tecumseh and his brigade of I don't know if that makes sense. Actually, that doesn't.
Just go with it.
Yeah, Tecumseh and his brigade of fighters could be knocking down my door on. And guess what? I wouldn't endorse Andre Veras. I'm not going to do it. But I will say this: Andre Veras, though. He is we can strongly recommend him. Give Andre a call at 520-325-3456 and reference the AZ12 podcast for a complimentary initial meeting and check us out at longviewii.com. Also, he asked, he's like, when can I take you guys out to lunch? And I said, well, we can go to Ojos Locos whenever you want, man. Yeah, that's what he wants to do. He thinks he's going to take us there and we're going to get blinded by the ladies and the beer and we're going to endorse him. Not going to do it. Not going to do it under any circumstances.
Alcohol makes your judgment go down a little bit. It'll never go down that far.
No. We don't have a death wish. So, all right. Yeah. But again, with Arizona football, here's where I'm at. I get all these people that are like, oh, Mike Luke, you're going soft on Arizona football. This and that. No, I'm not going soft on Arizona football. I was literally their worst. I was literally like their biggest critic last year. I mean, you even had people in the media messaging you saying, Mike, why is it so personal? All I'm going to say is this, is that, listen, what's done last year is done, and I stand by everything I said. But they have done things that I have very much wanted them to do, and I'm going to give them credit for it. Now, at the end of the day, if they win 2 games, it doesn't really matter. But they've engaged the community. The curtains have come down over the weight room. That was a big thing for me. You hired coaches that know what they're doing. I mean, that stuff matters to me. So, again, I'm not just going to sit here and say everything sucks, even if they're doing what I wanted them to do.
Yeah, look, we're not talking about the results on the field. That is yet to be seen. But everything else has actually gone pretty well, right?
Yes.
They learned to be more available to the media, more out there and all that.
Brent Brennan's taking corny pictures, and I love it. Every picture I take is corny.
Yeah, there's a huge difference between Dino Babers and Seth Doege.
Man, I just snorted water up my nose.
Yeah, that's how excited you are. It's different. Now, we don't know if it's going to relate to wins, right? I do think Arizona will be a better team than it was last year. What that looks like, I don't know. But I know that they're at least going in the right direction with how they're trying to fix it.
Yeah, and that's what I get. Like I said, I give them a lot of credit on that. So, I am going to credit myself. Generally, I'm the problem for everything, but I am going to say this.
You're the solution.
I am the solution. Yeah, they should call me. What was that guy in the Diddy trial? They call him the Punisher.
I don't know if you want that.
Yeah, they call me the solution. That's Mike the Solution, Luke. That's
Nick Arenas had a good question. What is the difference between Anus Solomon's downfall that one season and Noah Fifita's struggles last year?
Well, I mean,
to me, it's easy. One, Anu had a concussion.
Anu Solomon, yeah.
Anu was hurt, and that was number one. And number two was Noah was poorly coached.
Well, it's a lot. It's a lot different. See, we have 3 Polynesian quarterbacks here. 2 of them have just been roasted, basically. Willie Tuitama and Anu Solomon.
Yeah,
they didn't have a chance. Whereas with Noah had no coaching. Noah basically had me out there with a headset on or up in the press box. David Adams says, "What's with the curtains?" Now, again, I am going to. Kevin said some politically incorrect things that he should not have been fired for, Rage, and they replaced him with somebody who was an utter disaster. That is, and they're still.
I think he's talking about the other thing, the other Kevin, which is not true, Rage.
Yeah, that's not true. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about.
No, he's talking about.
Yeah. Kevin Thomas. Yeah, I have no clue. Okay, but what were we just talking about? I just had a brain fart. Hold on.
Anu Solomon.
Oh, yeah. But with Noah Fifita, it basically was like me with a headset on there. That's not good enough. And, like I said, I think we're going to see a nice year out of, assuming they can protect him. You know what? I was interested by what Coach said. I was interested in what he said by the offensive line, though. He seemed, and that didn't seem like BS, Skier.
No, it's not. It really isn't. He said it, and he's been consistent. Now, he's not going to throw him under the bus or anything, but I do think that he believes they're good enough to win.
Yeah.
Is it where he would like it to be ideally? No, absolutely not. But it's good enough to win with.
All right, curtains. All right, David Adams. I'm assuming this isn't David Adams, the running back at the U of A. I'm assuming because I think I know what you look like, and you don't look like that, David Adams. But here's the question. The curtains went up over the weight room because they went like super recon last year, and I don't believe the other reason they gave you. I think that was just BS. So basically, they didn't want anybody to see into the weight room because of like secret strategy or weightlifting stuff or whatever the case may be. But guess what? They got rid of the curtains. The curtains I thought were a travesty last year. But I will say this. Do you think that was a Gen Z decision, though, to have the curtains up over the weight room so nobody could see them?
I don't know what it was. And they definitely didn't think that there would be any blowback or anything when there clearly was.
No, and I just kept taking pictures and putting them out there and saying this is ridiculous. So, again, but guess what? The curtains came down. So the curtains also came down on my criticism of the curtains because they were there. Wavy Davies says, Wavy Davies trying to say that's a 1,000% boomer decision, putting the curtains up. Should we blame the boomers? As long as listen, I'm a millennial.
No, I like the boomers.
Yeah, the millennials though are easily the best generation. That is the greatest generation. We do agree with this. Okay.
I don't want to brag, but
yeah, I don't want to brag, but yeah. So
brag.
Yeah, so let the LOL, the coaches aren't Gen Z, Mike. That's a good point. All right, Mr. Cello, fine, fair enough, Mr. Nifty Cello. Okay, by the way, next week, though, so we got Mr. Tyler Warden hosting. We got Matt Rain hosting. We've got Shear's going to be Friday, and you are going to call in live from us. Where are you going, SeaWorld?
Disneyland. If they win the regional, I'll call them live for sure. Got my word.
Yeah, all right.
Live from a roller coaster.
See, Dennis Walsh, I got mixed on the Greatest Generation. I got mixed opinions on that. They're also the separate water fountain generation as well. So there, you take the good with the bad when it comes to that. Millennials are the best because we're brave. We went outside and we also knew that the separate water fountain was not a thing. That's where that's why we're the best. Whereas with Gen Zers, they're terrified of everything, so they don't count. And so that's basically where it is at with that. Also Kean Burnett. Kean Burnett, I think if Kean Burnett can stay healthy, I think that's very nice.
Yeah, that's the only question, right? Like, we know he's talented. Seth Doege clearly knows he's talented. All that. It's just a matter of can he stay healthy? That's always been his deal.
Right. What is this? Bear Down Cats 96 says, sure, but the separate water fountain makes your heart, huh?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means there. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I've never been hard by a separate water fountain. That's never well, that's what he's. I think that's what he said.
Cody, can you clip that, please?
No, I haven't. There's never been a time never been a time that I've been aroused by a water fountain ever. There's never been a time.
What about those one? No, we're not going here.
Yeah. Well, did I ever tell you about
very nice water fountains out there?
Did I ever tell you about when I would go back to Crete, Nebraska, and there was this thing called Drinko, and it was a water fountain that was in the middle of the only park in Crete, Nebraska, and it was this massive dinosaur, and you were like drinking out of its mouth, basically. But half the kids were scared of Drinko, and but I was not scared of Drinko. I said, "Bring it, Drinko."
I have something. This goes with something. My mom. We went to dinner at my mom's house last night. And she said, why is Mike such an angry old man?
Angry old man?
You come off like an angry old man.
Hey, you want to know something?
She watched the show with Aurora, and she goes, Mike is just He's like old man yelling at cloud.
You know what's funny? Every time somebody sees me, or if they just listen to the audio, they think that I'm like, by listening, they think that I'm older than I am. And then when they see me, they think I'm younger than I am. I had somebody the other day say that I look like I was 30. I'll take it. Yeah. Aging like a fine wine in this hizich. How about that in the hizich?
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that was really stupid. Reading comprehension of a third grader. LOL. Okay, Bear Down Cats. Bear Down Cats, you know you're my guy. So, all right, now, let's talk a little bit more about, all right, Kean Burnett. That was really, really good. Now, let me ask you this. I don't know if you know about it or not. Spears, our guy Spears thinks that T-Mac sucked, obviously. T-Mac did not suck. He was a top 10 pick. Spears got to take the L on that one. But let me ask you this, though. You've also got somebody that though, in Seth Doege that knows what he's doing. So, does Seth Doege offset the loss of T-Mac, Big Jonah, Wendell Moy?
No, I think.
No. So you're saying the offense won't be better this year than it was last year?
It will be, but I don't know if that's because of Seth Doege. And what I mean by that is,
it addition by subtraction?
No, but like T-Mac is really good. We're not stupid here, right? But that room as a whole was not very good last year. It was
T-Mac, how about the
Hunter, right?
How about the offense?
That room this year is significantly better at wide receiver.
How about the offensive line, though, Sheer? There's a lot less talent on the O-line. We got some
pure talent, yes. But again, depth, they would tell you that the depth on this year's offensive line is better than last year's depth.
So is the offense? Yeah, but
there's more superstar power on last year's offense.
You had better players last year. You had guys that were you had MNFL players.
Football's probably a depth game too.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when Jonah got hurt or Wendell Moy got hurt, you were putting in you basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would have been better than something. Yeah, but we also have Oglesby. If we consider
when
that.
Josh Baker got hurt, you had Stovall. You know what I mean? Like it's just the
well, we don't know that any of these guys are any good, though.
I mean, we don't. That's what we have to see. We don't know.
Yeah, but we do know that. We know that Baker was good. We know that Moy was good, and we know that Big Joe.
I'm very curious to see Moy at Tennessee. Very curious.
I am as well. I well.
I like Moy. I'm not going to talk badly about him.
Oh, you're gonna crap on Moy. That's what you're gonna do.
I'm very curious to see him.
Yeah. So are you in on you're in on Oglesby now though, right?
No, but I mean, if what you're saying is accurate and you believe him with the offensive line, don't you have to believe him with Oglesby?
No. I can believe him on he's not going to bash a coach, but I can believe him on personnel. Listen, now a lot of people are a lot smarter than me. I know there's very few of them, but there is a corner of people that are smarter than me. Glenn Parker is all in on Oglesby. What does that guy know?
Oglesby is very well liked by people around him.
I know. John Fina.
I've never heard of football people say anything bad about Oglesby. Seriously.
John Fina. Yeah, no, I get it. John Fina all in on Oglesby. Lamont Lovett all in on Oglesby. Believe it or not, those guys played football at a higher level than I did. I know. You're probably a little bit taken aback by that. I was not a Division I offensive lineman. Although I could have played at a place like Adams State or something, or like some school in Durango. I could have definitely done that. Don't you think? Don't you think I could have been an O lineman in a school in Durango or something?
What's that school in Durango too? I've seen it a ton of times.
Yeah, nobody good has ever come from there.
What is it?
Yeah, isn't it Adams State?
No. Fort Lewis.
Fort Lewis. Yeah, Fort Lewis. Yeah, I thought it was Adams State. Yeah, I would be at Fort Lewis, I would destroy it. I could play on every single team there and do a very good job. I could be on the women's soccer team. I could be on the
Fort Lewis football last year went 3-8.
Ooh.
With only one of their wins over Arizona Christian.
Christian?
They beat Arizona Christian, so suck it.
Oh, wow, that's tough.
And they beat Adams State. They beat Adams State.
Oh, and that's the thing, too. Like, with the great rivalries in college football, you think of Alabama, Auburn, Ohio State, Michigan, Adams State, Fort Lewis. I mean, you basically pick your poison.
Dude, there's so many dudes from Arizona on this Fort Lewis team. I just pulled it up.
Oh, are they from Arizona?
Yeah, like in the state of Arizona. It's literally, I would say,
is it all Arizona?
I would say 75% of the team.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
From Arizona? So they back the A down there or up there.
It's like a lot of kids from CDO.
CDO?
Let me tell you the
yeah.
Tucson kids. See if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know them.
What Tucson kids we got?
All right, are you ready?
Are they influencers?
You ready? Number 1, Jordan Thomas from CDO.
Oh, Jordan Thomas. No, I have no clue who that is.
Dude, there's a lot. There's a lot
Yeah.
of Arizona
Well,
kids.
there's so many Tucson kids. You named one.
That's all I got. There's a lot of
You lied.
Arizona in general. Oh, here's another one from Push Ridge.
Oh, Push Ridge.
Jack Butler. Do you know him?
Oh, Jack Butler. No, Jack Butler is the most. Jack Butler is the most generic white name
yeah,
ever.
I'll say that's the whitest.
This is my
Here's
buddy
another one
Jack
from
Butler.
from your neck of the woods, Mike.
Saguaro?
Kingston Grigsby from Saguaro.
Kingston Grigsby.
Yeah.
That sounds like a coal miner from like the 1800s. Kingston Grigsby, along with Lewis and Clark.
Another CDO one, Donovan Rodriguez.
Donovan
I do not
Rodriguez.
know any of these kids, dude.
I've never heard of him. Donovan Rodriguez, also a middle reliever for the Mets. Yeah, all right. So either
What do
way,
you think their biggest? Just real quick, what do you think their biggest O line is?
what at Adams State or at Fort Lewis?
What do you think of Fort Lewis?
Oh, I bet it's some shrimp. I bet he's like 6'1", like 240.
Let's see, 6'2", 6'6", 285 is their biggest O lineman.
Oh, and I bet he's a pile of goo.
Oh
What's
no,
his
they have
name?
one that's 6'3", 309.
6'3", 309.
That's legit right
Oh,
there.
I guarantee that is all body fat.
Did not play.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He didn't play. Yeah, I just told you. I guarantee that's all body fat. So all right. Well, either way, we've ripped on.
Yeah,
that's
good.
You know, supposedly they have a good women's soccer team.
Yeah,
Yeah, you like soccer.
I do like soccer.
They have a really good goalie.
Did you see me reference a quarterback that Seth Doege has in town?
Who is he have in town?
He smiled. Did you notice that when I said I know you can't name who's in town this weekend, and then he
No,
smiled?
I don't listen when you're talking. What did you say?
Well, I could say it on the show because it's out there. Oklahoma quarterback commit Jaden O'Neal is on campus.
Let me ask you this. I understand going after kids that are highly rated. Why are we going after kids that won't come here?
He might come here. His coach is Ortiz Jenkins, his trainer.
Oh, Ortiz Jenkins. Okay.
He actually, what's interesting was he was in whatever SoCal, and he actually moved to Oklahoma to get closer to the school. Right. And then Oklahoma started to recruit over him.
Oh. Hey, come on over here, man. Yeah. And here's my motto.
Legit, but he's like,
is he a 4-star?
Oh, yeah. He's a top 200 player. It's a real thing.
All right. Well, yeah. Is Venables still their coach? That guy sucks. They got to get rid of him.
This is a real thing. He's visiting Arizona. He's visiting Florida State, but this is real.
Are the other schools they not like us?
Yeah, he wants a new. He's been to 4 schools already. That's pretty cool.
All right. Which are the
Narbonne, Los Alamitos, Newport Harbor.
So he'll go to 4 colleges then. He's Jaden Rashada.
I mean, he's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he's Rashada because I don't think Rashada. He doesn't have Shark as his father. Rios. Rios is very much in there. I could see them taking 2 quarterbacks if they could do it.
All right, so we will find out.
They have a nice visit list this weekend, though, Mike.
Yeah, no, again, there you got to shoot for the stars. That's what I did in life. Okay, now let's get to some other stuff as well. We got to pay a few bills though. Got to pay a few bills. What do we got? Talk to me. All right, RJ's frozen cactus. Now, you Gen Zers out there, I know that you guys all just stay home. You don't do anything. You don't date. You just watch like porn and don't do anything else. Oh, no. But guess what? Arizona baseball is on Friday tomorrow.
That's
Friday.
Fun to some people.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. Get out of the house, Gen Zers. Come to RJ's Frozen Cactus. Pre-game at RJ. Well, you don't have to pre-game because the game's far away. 100-plus craft beers, $2 deals, pizza, wings, tacos, burgers, and more. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. Now, here's the great deal. Red Hot Sports Ice Cold Beer. I got that one right. Boom.
That was good.
That was good. And if you go there too, who knows? You might see hanging out around there. But again, Joseph, he's not in the chat today. He's probably a little bit nervous. Joseph's probably a little bit nervous about showing up there. Probably a Gen Z thing, don't want to look. I got to look down. But guess what? They have a silent room for you. I have a safe space in the back. Have you seen the safe space? It's not really a safe space, but have you seen the safe space that they have? Like, where there's the.
Oh yeah. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, they have a safe space for all of you guys.
Yeah.
So if you're like, if you're overwhelmed by people, then you can just go in there and you can like plug in or something or cool off. Here's my Arnold Schwarzenegger. Here, cool off. But either way, RJ's Frozen Cactus. Check it out. Boom. All right, now look at this. There's the Botox Scottie Pippen model, or the what did we decide? Is he Botox Scottie Pippen, or is he like a Polynesian? What is he?
I think he's Polynesian, isn't he?
Yeah, I guess he's just a Polynesian. All right, well, either way, this guy, you can look like this guy. Look at this shirt right here. You mess with the paw, you get the glove. That thing is big. That thing is girthy. That thing is something of substance. You can get that shirt. Go to AZ12 Podcast, shop fourthwall.com. Boom. Check it out. You will like it. Be like us. They not like us. They not like us. All right, now, Bridge Tech Communications. Now, you might say to a place like I was going to say, what are the Adams State, Fort Collins, or Fort Lewis, they probably don't have real gyms on campus because, it's such a smaller little place. But guess what? Bridge Tech Communications is here to help. Tech Communications is here to help. They can get you in touch with a real gym. And because, again, Sheer, do you like 750% average ROI?
Is there anyone that doesn't? I don't understand.
Yeah, everybody likes 750% average ROI. It is great. BridgeTechCommunications.com promotes 100+ health entities, can help you market your gym or health wellness spa. And they have everything. They have the gyms for the grizzled men like myself, or they have the gyms too where the ladies put on the long lashes and spend 8 hours getting ready with their makeup and their their 10-foot extender nails. They've got it all for everybody. Check it out. BridgeTechCommunications.com. You will thank me later. Welcome to the Rock. Okay. Let's see here. What else do we got here? There were some questions that came up here at the top. Hey, AZ Wildcat fan. I got a good one for you here. Want to hear something cool, Sheer?
I'm ready.
All right. Family friend running back from Flagstaff going to play college football in Hastings, Nebraska. I got a stat for you here that's really, really impressive that I don't think a lot of people even know. Hastings College in Nebraska. How big is Hastings, Nebraska? Somebody look that up real quick. You guys are going to like this. This is good. This is good. This is good.
I'm ready. You ready?
Trust me.
24,000 people.
Oh, is there that many already? Oh, wow, it's exploding. Okay, but either way, Hastings, Nebraska. On the Hastings staff, at one time, Tom Osborne, 3-time national championship at Nebraska, was one of their coaches, and Bill Parcells.
I have a much cooler fact.
No, you don't have a cooler fact.
I have a much cooler fact.
No, you don't have
ready?
anything cool about
Want
you.
to bet?
Go ahead.
You ready?
Talk to me. Yeah,
Kool-Aid was invented in Hastings, Nebraska.
That is cooler.
Yeah.
Did you know the world's largest man-made fork is also from Nebraska? I mean, I don't know that there's a natural man-made fork, but did you know that the world's largest man-made fork is from Nebraska?
Dude, Nebraska's so cool.
Dude, Nebraska, it's not for everybody, baby. And the world's largest man-made box is also, world's largest man-made box is from Kazakhstan, but I think the second biggest one is also in Nebraska. No, Kazakhstan's not in Nebraska. No. It's not in Nebraska. All right.
Biggest box, Nebraska. Hopefully I don't get something different.
No. Look up the biggest fork. Look up the biggest fork first. Look up the biggest
fork?
The biggest fork is in Nebraska, I believe. Yes.
Dude, this is
such good stuff.
13-foot tall.
Yeah, 13. I told you. I wasn't kidding.
Holy, the Stile di Famiglia.
Yeah, no, it's huge. It's big.
Spaghetti on it. Like,
what's that? Yeah, duh. I mean, dude, if you got a 13-foot fork,
I gotta be honest, it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a 13-foot fork, you're going to use it.
It's just in the middle of a sidewalk.
Yeah, I know, dude. Duh. I mean, Nebraska again. Yeah, it's cool. And you see it too. Awesome. It's like titanium. It's
this is seriously legitimately very cool thing.
Dude, Nebraska's cool, man.
Man,
Nebraska's cool. Everybody plan a trip to Nebraska. You won't and go look at that fork. Spend 5 days looking at that fork. All right. So anyways, all right. So let's get back to some other stuff then. All right. Sheer. What? Yeah. Certified lover boy, certified. What? All right. So anyways, let's get back to some sports. Because that's all we do on this show. I do want to talk about something that I've been getting into with some Gen Zers, some crash outs on Twitter that I think is a very good point. Sheer, are you sneezing?
Oh,
that sounded terrible. That sounded like a lion coming out of hibernation.
It's not easy being me.
Oh, by the way, we're going to talk tomorrow. The show's going to be lit. It's going to be fire. As we, I sounded like Beavis when I said that.
I'm going away for a week, so we're going to make sure we piss off as many people as possible tomorrow.
Yes, we're going to name our, we're going to have our 10 worst fan base draft. Now, we both have the same opinion on the first pick. Some of you might not like it. Actually,
I think we have differing opinions.
Then you changed your opinion in the last.
I said I understood where you were coming from, but the one to me is clear.
Okay. All right. Well, either way. All right. But again, it's a one-time exception. Either way, we're going to get into that. Hey, and Washington guy in here, we're definitely going to make fun of you.
You're on the list, buddy.
You're on the list, buddy, because you live in smelly, rainy Seattle where it stinks. Yes, Mr. Cello.
Yeah, for you, we'll call it Fentanyl Friday.
Yeah, Fentanyl Friday. Yeah, coming to you live with a needle from Seattle. Still the best thing. Still the best thing ever, though. I will never forget that. Yeah, dude, Rick Barron's, look at your Twitter, man. I've been trying to get you to come in and co-host, and you're not responding.
Typical Barron's.
Yeah, Rick Barron's. Dude, that's awesome, though. I still can't imagine having a wife that's an influencer with like 75,000 followers. That'd be amazing.
And we have to run another ad real quick.
Yeah, let's run some ads here. Let's run some ads and get to basketball. Oh, what do we got? No, we already did that one. All right, welcome to the Rock. Green Valley Decorative Rock. My Sean Connery impression gets better and better as we go. All right, here's the deal. Sheer, I was talking about this with our guy Mike Natowski, the owner of Green Valley Decorative Rock. Here's the deal with Green Valley Decorative Rock. All of these losers that we're trying to say that's just in Green Valley, liars. You've been pushed. You have been compromised, my friends. You have been pushed to the side. You are no longer with us. So now we go on the offense.
Yeah.
Isaiah Ramirez. Yes, I believe so. Yeah. What are you saying, Skier?
We got to be aggressive here. Okay.
Yes. All right. We got to be aggressive here. So now we're going here. Here's the thing. Hey, Sheer, do you like pavers?
I can't think of anything else I like.
Dude, who doesn't think about pavers?
More than pavers.
And turf and rock, baby. They got all of it. So that's where you go. You go to Green Valley Decorative Rock. I know this guy named Mike Braven, who's literally like the strongest person I've ever known. This guy I saw one time with his friend Bryce lift a tree stump out of the ground. Literally just go up and just pick it out of the ground at his dad's house. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And he could have brought that to Green Valley Decorative Rock, and they could have repaved it then with something else. But if you're a big, strong, girthy man, that's what you could do. Green Valley Decorative Rock, greenvalleyrockaz.com. Check it out. No, it was easily like the most awe-inspiring thing I've ever seen. He literally just lifted a tree trunk out of the ground like it was nothing. It was
remarkable.
Yeah. It is, yeah. Mike Braven, man. He also doesn't have a neck, so that's kind of cheating, but whatever. Okay, now what else we got? Talk to me. What do we got? One more thing. Oh. Comfort X HVAC, my friends. All right, now, Sheer. There was somebody in Phoenix that their AC went out, and here's what we love about Sheer on this show. Sheer, you are the man. Stevie Williams. I know Braven. You know Braven? Oh, wow, that's awesome. Yeah, Braven's basically family.
Oh, Braven?
Yeah, oh yeah, duh. I mean, that's his last name. It's not his first name.
I know Braven.
Duh, who doesn't know? Hey, they're also Jewish. Josh
Braven.
No, not Josh Braven. It's Mike Braven.
I had one guess. That was my second guess.
Yeah, Josh, Mike. I'm going to go with every white name possible. But either way, Sheer was helping. Sheer, I can't believe we get paid to do this. This is awesome.
No,
Sheer,
he didn't take me up on the offer. I'm just a nice guy.
Yeah, Sheer was basically that was maybe the funniest tweet ever. Yes, Sheer. Listen, Comfort X HVAC is here to help. And that's what Sheer was just trying to do. He was just trying to help. And again, it's a small business, but they got big savings, man. Built on trust for the long haul. And again, pull up that picture of Tony Gimino. Listen, we've talked about this insufferable person right here, this awful, awful person. And at the end of the day, they made this man happy. And look at this guy.
That's not easy. Tony has some rep around this.
Yeah, Tony's got some rep. Yeah, exactly. I mean, but either ways, this was a Tony Gimino. They made him happy, and they saved him $2,000 because, again, they are experts. They do their job, and these guys, look how happy these guys are. These guys are standing on business. Dude, look at those steel toes they got as well.
My God.
Yeah, that's something great. All right, but either way, check it out, Comfort X HVAC. Very excited, by the way, on Monday, we've got two new sponsors coming up. We got a plumbing company coming up, Foster Plumbing. which the gas jokes are just going to write themselves. I get basically as an excuse to talk about more gas on this show.
Oh, no.
And Nova Home Loans. Very excited. Very excited. Yeah, this is a little bit of a tease. The Mooney team, Nova Home Loans. Look at this. Purchase or refinance your home. Take your shot with the Mooney. Yeah, so Nova AZ Home Loan, baby. And again, so check it out. Also, with the plumbing company, one of their mottos is they lay good pipe. And so we need to basically push that as well. Get it? Okay.
I don't get it, Mike. Can you explain it to me?
No, I'm not going to explain it to you. If you don't get it, then you're an idiot.
Well, I didn't get it. I just want to make sure.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Hey, I want to talk about something for a few minutes I've been making fun of Gen Zers for. The latest crash out that's gone on with Prim. And so basically this, like I said, I don't mind. I don't mind Prim.
You don't mind. You mind.
No, I actually think Prim's a good dude, but man, some of his stuff is just insane. And everything, you know what I don't get about the Gen Zers? Everything is the worst, the best, all of that. Everything. Disaster. All right, so with the Gen Zers, their whole thing now is that the small forward position for Arizona is a disaster. So I put this out on Twitter, and I think I'm right. I am right. Where I said, listen, I think with ADO, Dwayne Aristod, and assuming it's Ivan, that I think at the minimum expectations, 20.7 rebounds, 6 assists. And you and Nick, who are both very smart, I mean, Nick's smarter than both of us combined, but both said, I think that's on the low side. Doesn't that kind of put things in perspective if that's the weak link of your team and that's what we're still looking at?
I agree with Nick. Because let's say you get 8. Let's just say you get 8 from the 3 of them.
Uh-huh.
That's what? That's
24 points.
Boom.
Right. But again, that's what I'm saying. I just went lower just so that I didn't have to hear anything about, oh, they couldn't do that or they couldn't do this or that. That's my point, though, is that when you look at things from that perspective, sure, are they as good as Carter? No. But at the same time, Nick Arenas, I wasn't talking about you, but I would throw you in there as well. You're a smart man. But doesn't that kind of put things in perspective a little bit, Skier?
Yeah. Let's all just be positive. Let's try it out.
Yeah, but David, at the same time, we got to push back a little bit. I feel like the ADO slander has gotten so far out of hand. ADO as an 8th man is more than fine. As a matter of fact, he's good as an 8th man. This whole thing about how he can make the open shot, he's a clutch player. If he's your 8th guy, cool. I'm totally cool with that. On any team, I'm cool with ADO as the 8th man. Boom.
Who starts? Who's your starting 3 next year?
I think it's going to be Aristod. If he's healthy, I think it's going to be Aristod. I don't think you taught. I got to be careful here. I just think it's Aristod. That's what I'm going to go with. Cody,
Okay.
Cody, I think you want to talk. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, so like I said, I like ADO. ADO has his place. ADO, I do not believe will start. Also, we get to watch Ivan Saturday, right?
Yes, I believe Ivan is on YouTube on Saturday.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited to see that. But
I'll tweet out the links.
Also, I feel very comfortable in my bet about the AZ-12 yoga pants that Arizona will be in the preseason top 15. And he keeps tweeting me that Douster column or whatever. And then so all I keep
That's the lowest I've seen anyone.
Gary Parrish has them at 11 or 12.
Yeah.
CBS, they'll be like 13 or something like that.
The only person that'll have them lower than Doster's Bruce.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's just going to be the way it is. So we will find. Well, yeah, I guess like I said, we'll find that out. You know what's weird too? So many of the spacers hate ADO.
Makes no sense.
They have no way, dude. You think ADO gets a lot of ladies on campus? I was asked this the other day. I bet he does.
I would assume it doesn't even matter what you look like if you play.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like Kirill. I told you I would always see Kirill when I was walking out of class, and he was in like he was always he actually looked like the Russian guy that I always talk about, like with the white Adidas jumpsuit and like the FDR cigarette holder, although he didn't have the cigarette holder. But dude, yeah, but if Kirill got ladies, then well, I think anybody would. I mean, heck, look at Rage. Rage.
Yeah, this is getting real.
This is getting steamy right now. Rage. You and Shelby are both in committed relationships. Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I mean, Rage could easily be an open relationship guy. I could definitely see that. So let's see here. Yeah, hold on. What's going on here? Mike, does a bear poop in the woods? Of course.
Yeah, I mean, come on. ADO is 6'6" with an Australian accent on the U of A basketball team.
You know what I should start doing sometime? Just speaking with an Australian accent. Good day, mate. There's a great line in Dumb and Dumber when he says he pulls out of the this limo that he's driving, and he says to this woman, he goes, he goes, oh, that's a nice accent, Germany, and she says Austria, and then he says Austria. Well, good day, mate. It's very funny. Get it? Austria? Oh, no, Austria.
I do get it. I didn't get it before, but now that you acted it out, I totally get it.
Me. Don't call me.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yes, buzz off, loser. Okay.
Idiot.
Shrimp. Oh, shrimp on the Barbie. Sorry about that. Okay. That's a good point. All right. I agree with that. Look at Rage in there. Rage is walking this all back. Rage, we know. And that's why Shear's going to be, and Shear and Kobe are going to be joining you at Shotgun Willie's, man. All right. So, tomorrow though, we're going to talk basketball. We're going to talk football. We are going to talk about baseball as well. Duh. We are a baseball school. So that is going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot going on. But again, you're going to want this top 10. We are going to get so much hate tomorrow. And I say, bring it. I am going to break their hands with my jaw every time they punch it, because this jaw is made out of steel and titanium. So just everything. Okay. We got to get the super snaps in here as well.
Hunting, okay. Arizona.
Yeah. Reasonable expectations for Arizona football. Shear, what are your reasonable expectations?
Undefeated.
Okay, me too. And Doege, Mr. Tyler Warden, Doege is the antithesis of Dino. Yes, he is.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, every time I see Doege, I think it's Doge.
Why not?
Well, because it's just missing one letter. Anyway, yeah, why not us, baby? All right, you guys are all the best. Oh, hold on. Let me try to get back to the normal messing up here. Hold on. I'm trying to get back to the live comments. Oh, there's the live comments. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, look at this. Yeah, no, everybody that's asking Rage for money, baseball is tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Everybody that's asking Rage for money, no, Rage has to save up because he's going to owe us $1,000.
Yep.
Take that, Rage. Rage, you're going to like my number one pick.
He's also going to have to pay out a harassment case if he keeps going after Shelby.
Yeah, Rage. Yeah, although this seems pretty consensual. This is going going back and forth a little bit.
That's for tomorrow. Show.
Yes, exactly. So, all right. Everybody out there, you guys are the best. Sheer, where can they find you doing your work?
WildcatAuthority.com and the Wildcat Scoop podcast with Shelby.
All right, everybody out there. Also, I need a real favor from you guys. We need to real time some Little Caesars today. We didn't get any real times yesterday. This makes me look good. So here's the deal again. Little Caesars is the best. It's the best bang for your buck pizza out there. Sure, you even said this when I was talking on the phone with you the other day. What did you say?
I did. I said it is the best bang for your buck pizza.
Yeah, it really is. It's awesome. Like you can feed like
we got a pizza, some crazy bread, some other stuff. It was like $20.
You can feed like a whole village for like $25. I mean, you could feed like all of like Fort Lewis with. I mean, again, just check it out. But everybody, we need a real time. We need a LCFREECC. Please, I beg of you. I would do that little Buddha thing where it's like that thing where he's like sitting like.
No, can you show me?
No, like where he's like sitting Indian style or whatever, and he's going like this or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I just want to keep seeing you do it. Rage is now calling Shelby. This is getting.
Oh, this is good.
Here's Shelby's number 520.
Yeah. That's all you get, Rage. You get the area code. You don't get anything more.
Figure out the rest, Rage.
Yes, exactly. Let's see here. All right, now I fed 10 kids for $25. That's what I'm saying, man. It's amazing. Little Caesars, check it out. Okay. All right, on that note, though, we'll be back with you tomorrow. And like I said, hey, Washington boy, we are going to talk about you and your smelly, rainy brethren. So on that
Friday for you.
Yeah,
buddy.
Fentanyl Fridays, baby. Hey, that's what we should get. That's what we should get for like the little emblem for Washington. It'll be fun. Okay. Oh, no. On that note, though, for Jason Shear, I am merely Mike Luke, Cody James Martin behind the scenes, Riles Braven listening to the show. Be very also go to Baggins as well. It makes us look good. Okay, Baggins and Little Caesars. Those are the only two places you ever need to eat. Ever.
Shout out Riley in the background.
What's that? Shout out Riley. Hey Riley, you want to say hi? Riley, come here. Watch this. Hold on, I'm gonna move this camera. Watch this. Hold on. Here we go. Here it is. Riley. Here we go. Boom, Riley. There we go. Hi, everybody. Boom, Riley. All right. On that note, though, yeah, that was so. The professionalism in this podcast knows no boundaries. It's amazing. All right. On that note, though, TTFN, ta-ta for now.